Building MVPs has never been easier. People with zero coding experience are now shipping applications on Play Store and App Store, which earlier used to take an entire agency to do. In the next few minutes, I'm going to build a live application in front of you, only using Claude Code with no coding experience required, and the application will run both on Android and iOS. And for doing this, you don't even need to install any heavy software like Xcode or Android Studio. So if this sounds interesting to you, let's get started. Well, to get started, you'd first need to install Claude Code, and to do that, you can just go to their website and download it using this link. You can find this link in the description below. If you're already using Claude Code or any other coding agent, you can skip to this timestamp. Once you have installed Claude and you have purchased the membership for it, the next step is we need to install Claude Code in your terminal. And for doing that, you just need to go to this link and copy this command. If you're on Mac, if you're on Windows, you can use either of these depending on if you're in CMD or PowerShell. So to install this, you just need to run this command. I'm using Mac, so I'm going to run this command here, and which will install Claude Code in your computer. I'm using Warp, but you can use the internal terminal as well, which comes built in with macOS. It really doesn't matter a lot. So once you've installed Claude Code, the next step is you need to install something called Node.js. So for doing that, just go to this link and click on installer. Basis whichever operating system you are in, it will give you a recommendation to install the right version for yourself. Once that's done, you can start with creating a new folder. So let me create a new folder, and for this you can use this command called mkdir. So I'll say app, and once you've done that, I would say just cd into the app, which means change directly into the app. After this, we are done with the setup, and the next step is to actually build the application. Now, once you have everything installed, the next step is we will start building the application. So for building the application, we are going to use something called Expo, which is a React Native framework, which will help you build an application which will work both in Android as well as iOS, and you don't need to build them separately. So here's their official documentation. And the way you start a new application is just by giving it this command, which is npx create-expo-app. So let's do that. Let me create an app, and for my app, let me name it fitness. So I'll name the app fitness. Now it suggests that we use SDK 54. So I'm not going to use 57. I'm going to use 54, which is suggested by their documentation. And we let it install all the dependencies and libraries which are required to begin the application. So let's wait for that. Now the package has been installed and it's called fitness. So all you need to do is just type fitness and we are in. And once you toggle this panel, you can also see the code that has come with it. So there is some code, some basic application it has already deployed and created for you, which we will just run and see how it looks like. If you want to read the code, you can explore the code as well from here. Which is why I really like Warp, because you really don't need a separate ID if you're using Warp, but choose a stack which works best for you. Now once that is done, I want to see what is the application that has come alive, and for doing that I'll run this command called npx expo start -- tunnel. And once you do that, it will give you a QR code which you can just scan using your QR code, mobile's QR code, and you should be able to log into the application. Now, one thing which is required for doing this is an application called Expo Go, which you need to install in your mobile, which you can download using App Store or Play Store. And I'll link both of them in the descriptions below. So as you can see, the application is getting loaded. Now, of course, in the final version, you can change the name, the logo that was coming up, everything. But we have a basic application. We haven't written a single line of code. This is something that has come from the template version itself. Now, of course, this application is of no use, but this just gives you an idea on how you can actually run the application on your phone and actually check it out. So let's move ahead now and actually build the application that you're looking to build. Now, the idea of application that I want to build, and I'll keep it running so that whenever I keep building things, it keeps showing up here. Now, the next step is we want to know what is it that we want to build. And for doing that, I will first run Claude Code. I've also installed this plugin which tells me whether I'm in the smart zone or I'm in the dumb zone. So usually 1 million context window is pretty big, but out of that only 100 to 120,000 tokens are the ones which actually produce good output. Beyond that, it's not really great. So here's what we do next. I always start with the basic idea on what exactly do I want to build. So for doing that, I use this skill called grill me, and you can install this skill by just telling Claude Code that you want to install the skill, and you can look at the skill here. And in order to install the skill, you can just tell Claude Code that you want to install grill me skill, and you can just give it this link and it'll do it for you automatically. Now, what I want to do from here is I want to give Claude Code the idea of what exactly do I want to build. Now I have some idea on what I want, which is build a simple workout tracker app. When I add a workout, first I pick a body part, chest, back, legs, shoulder, arms, core. Then it shows me the top 10 common exercises for that body part to tap, with an option other to type my own exercise. And also shows a calendar of last 90 days where days I worked out are filled and days I didn't work out show as empty. So this is the basic application. Now, of course, this is not a perfect PRD, which is why we are using the grill me skill. And I urge you all to actually use the skill because it helps you think about your product very deeply. And before this, because most of the times we think we know what we need, but the reality is we don't. So so it'll actually load the skill and it'll try to approach the product in different angles, and it'll keep asking us questions until the product is finalized. So let's go about it. And as you can see, we have already spent about 40,000 tokens while the session get loaded. Now this is of course not good and I can actually do better. But before you begin any session, just make sure there are no unnecessary tools that are added to the context window before you begin. So it has actually given me this question, which is what are the top exercises, and it's given me recommendation. When you tap an exercise, example bench press, how much detail get logged? So date, body part, exercise. Okay, let's say just the fact. So you pick a body part, then tap an exercise. After you tap an exercise, does the ad flow end or you keep logging more in the same session? So yeah, I think stay and keep tapping because I don't want someone to have to keep on generating new sessions in order to add more. So this helps me think about my product more deeply. It says what kind of workout can you log? Can you log previous workout or do you always log the current workout? So yeah, I think I want some option with backfill as well, with the help of which I can backfill previous data as well. So I'm going to do that. When you tap a day that already has logged, what should happen? Show day details plus edit. I think for previous ones, I don't want to edit. So I'll just say read only. And it is asking a lot of questions. So now I'm going to end it and I'm going to tell it to go for your recommendation because this is not a real product. I actually wanted to just give you an idea on how you can approach creating your own products. So from here, I'll just let it assume the details. So I'll just say, hey, can you just assume all the details and don't ask me any more questions from here? So now I've asked Claude Code to just assume all the details and not ask any more questions. So let's see what happens now. So as you can see, Claude Code has already prepared a plan for us. And all we need to do from here is just build it. But what I would recommend you doing here is that as you can see, we've already burned 47,000 tokens in just creating a plan. So the better idea is just to store this in a PRD, start a new session and just ask Claude to build it from scratch with the PRD document that we have created. So I'm going to do that now. Can you create a PRD document for this and store it in a PRD file? Now, ideally, what you want to do is once you have a PRD, you break it into several smaller PRDs and not build it all in a single go. Because remember, we only have 120,000 tokens. But since this is a pretty small application, I'm just going to build it in a single go. So from here, it has stored it in a prd.md file. And I'm just going to clear the session. And I'm going to tell it to build the whole thing again. So now you have the entire PRD in prd.md just build the full application from start to end. Now, while I'm doing it here, I don't recommend you doing it. Ideally, you want to break it into several features and build them individually, especially if you're building a production ready application or something for your own business or your work. So as you can see, Claude has now started working on this. Okay, now since the application is ready, I can just scan the QR code and see how the application is looking like. And let's see. So it's opening the project now, and let's see what it comes back with. So here we have the fitness app, and it's getting downloaded. Now, as you can see, it is already pre-filled with some data. Maybe because Claude wanted to show how the heat map would look like, which is looking pretty cool. I can see there are certain workouts. So on 3rd July, I can see 3 workouts, and on 4th July, it says 4 workouts. Let's try to add a workout and see what happens. So once I click on add workout, one thing that I see off the bat immediately is that there is this issue, which is this cross sign is not looking good. It's not very well balanced and not centered correctly. Let's look into the next thing. Once I open it, I can see chest, back, legs, shoulder, arm score, which is what we requested for, which is good. I can select chest, and here are all the options that we have. We also have other, which is if we want to add a exercise name of our own, which is also looking good. So let's say if I go with machine chest press, and here it shows reps and the weight. So let's say if I add 10 reps with let's say 40 kgs, and I click on add set, and this is also pretty cool feature that I don't have to rewrite the set and the kilogram over and over again. It just copies from the previous one, and I can save the workout. So this is looking good. The other gap that I see is that currently I don't see gradient, and ideally, like on 3rd July, I just see 2 workouts, and on 4th July, I see 5 workouts, but the color looks same. Now, ideally, I want that a darker gradient should be used for days when the workout was intense. So that's a feature that I think we should add. Other than that, I think it's a good first shot to it. And now, of course, the UI and everything can be improved. But the thing is, we didn't prompt it or we didn't give it any references. And if you want to give your references, I'd highly recommend you go check out Pinterest and see which design aligns with you and give those as references. Claude can actually take inspiration from those and build your application based on those inspiration that you give it. So that said, now I want to give this feedback to Claude and actually want to improve these 2 features. So here's the first issue I see. The cross sign that I see is not centered properly. It's looking weird when I'm clicking on add workout. The second is on days I do higher workouts, I want to see probably a higher gradient, a deeper gradient, and on days when I do less workout, I want to see a lower gradient. So let's say on a particular day, if I do 2 exercises, I should see a lighter version of a color, and if I do 7 exercises, I should see a darker variant of the same color. I want you to do it not more than 8. So after 8, we can always use the same color. But from 1 to 8, I think we should have some sort of a color gradient implementation in this. Please build these features. So now I've given it the prompt to actually build these 2 features and see what happens next. While Claude is building this feature, I also want to show how to actually build it in iOS and Android. And Expo has actually written very extensive docs around it on how you can do it. So for Android and iOS, you can just follow these features and create builds of it. It's actually pretty straightforward, and once you've created a build, you can actually apply for putting your applications on App Store or Play Store. Now, of course, there's some compliance steps that you need to follow before you put your applications on App Store or Play Store, and I'll put some reference material and you can see what are the best practices if you really want to put your apps out there for public to use. Now, as we can see, Claude has completed the build, and Let's see the actual outputs now, and right off the bat I see one thing which is done, which is I can see the gradient now because I did less exercises on 3rd July and more on this, so it shows slightly deeper color, and I can see the gradient, which is an important feature I think. Now let's look at the next one, which is when we wanted to add entry, and I can clearly see the bug is also resolved now related to the cross icon, and it's looking good now, and I think this is a pretty decent application to go for now. At least 4% productivity can be used. Now what this video was supposed to do is give you an idea on how you can start building your applications, and of course you keep on stacking features on top of it as and when your customer needs those, or you're building one for yourself. Either ways it's the same thing. If you want to see more of such builds, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe for more such videos, and hit the bell icon for getting notified for my next video.